What's up, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo. A new console iteration has arrived, so of course we have to unbox it. Today I have for you the PlayStation 4 Slim Edition. It barely looks different right here on the box, unless you're a very sneaky, sleuthy, stealthy eyeball detective. You may think this is just a regular PS4 because it's got the Uncharted 4 logo taking up most of the space, and it doesn't say Slim anywhere on it. In fact, I don't know that it says Slim anywhere on it at all. On the side, it just says PlayStation 4 System. On this side, it doesn't say anything. It just says Jet Black, but you have to look very carefully, and you're like, dude, that's the Slim model. So this comes out first. The PlayStation 4 Pro comes out later. So I want to unbox this, see what it's like, compare it to the original PS4, compare it to the Xbox One S, and see what we think. So we'll dive in. When I went to get this morning at Target, they didn't even know it was out. They didn't even know what it was, and I guess they got 2 in stock. So apparently this is not going to be a big seller, at least yet. But I think come holiday time, when this is the model to buy, because it's the main model at $299, because they're phasing out the regular PS4, I think it'll then be very, very prevalent. And it's interesting how they're not really marketing it as the Slim like they are, but they aren't. On the box, as you saw, like, there's no Slimline marketing whatsoever. So super interesting there. It also comes with a new DualShock 4, and that's something that I wanted to check out with you guys. So we're gonna look at it and show you the differences. So it comes with a black DualShock, but the difference here is that there is an added light bar on the front. All in all, everything else looks the same. The sticks, the buttons, the D-pad, the triggers, everything is the same, but you'll notice that the light bar now flashes on the front of the controller. So when you're looking to see like what player you are, or in games where it changes based on your health, or based on you know, lighting in the atmosphere, or anything like that, it now shines through the front. I think that's kind of nifty, because I always hated, like, oh cool, it's changing from green to red to show my health, and I'm like, I can't see it, but you can. I can't see it, but the floor can. So now it does that. Otherwise, though, this controller is in effect the exact same. There may be some minute difference that I can't pinpoint, but from a build standpoint and from everything else, it looks to be the same. The regular light bar is the same size, the triggers and bumpers are the same, the touch panel is the same. There just now is, again, that little shine-through part that they have made available for you to see the light bar. So that's that. We've got our traditional cords. Remember, the PS4 regular never had a power brick anyway, so they didn't have to remove it. So you just have a regular cable, a charge cable, and then inside here is the most important piece of equipment, the actual PlayStation 4 Slim. If we can get it out. Hello? Are you in yet? Yes, you is. Ooh, it is thin. It's thinner than I expected it to be. If it will come out for me. There we go. This box is all sorts of complicated. There it is. Okay, so what else we got in here? Come on out. Okay, so there is a PlayStation little booklet that has, hey, here's Uncharted 4. And there are some manuals and then a copy of Uncharted 4. It's a hard copy. If you guys leave a like on this video and comment what you think of the PlayStation 4 Slim, I'll give this copy away. So one of you can win this. It's for PlayStation 4, obviously, and someone can have it, because I already have it and I played it and it's awesome, and it's probably my game of the year thus far. So get on that. Like the video and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the PS4 Slim. But let's check it out. Here it is, all nice and small. Ta-da! It is actually really tiny. It's tinier than I expected. And the main reason I got it was A, because I love new technology and checking it out, but B, traveling the Xbox One S has really helped me out in terms of compacting space and not carrying more giant heavy bricks with me. My gaming laptop already weighs like 15 pounds, so I wanted to lower down as much as I could. And this is actually kind of sexy. It's a lot prettier than I expected it to be, a lot prettier than I thought it was initially in the, you know, the PR shots and all the media we saw when it was announced. But that is pretty darn cool. It's like a little tiny block of gaming goodness. You've got the square, circle, triangle pegs on the bottom that it sits on, and it is a much thinner top layer, still retaining the curved, angled structure. Now, that's something that didn't really come across well in the pictures. It looked almost flat, but it in fact is very, very angular with its rhombus type shape, or whatever you call that, right here, and it's all matte. There is no shine on this, so it's not going to be acquiring any fingerprints really. I can touch it all I want and try to like really place my fingerprints and nothing's happening. You will notice that the disc slot looks different right there. Your 2 USB ports are spread, which is interesting. That must just have to do with where the internal electronics are. Also, the buttons are now here, and they're physical buttons instead of touch, which I like, because I do not like the touch sensor buttons on the PlayStation 4. I accidentally turn it off a lot with my feet, where it's set up in my gaming setup, and sometimes it like is really hard to like turn off. It doesn't register, or right when you plug it in, there's a delay. It won't turn on when you first plug it in. But this one, if you see here right underneath the Sony, there's the two buttons. There is the power button and then the disc eject button. They're very small, so you're gonna have to have dainty little fingers to get in there. Big finger man people might have an issue. And then on the back, I think they've removed the IR port. So now you've just got the power port in the back. You can see there is the Ethernet port. You've got the aux port, which I'm not sure what that's for unless it's something for PSVR. And then you have the HDMI out port. But this is very small. Now let's bring in the main PS4 that I've been using. And holy crap, weight-wise, this thing is like half as, maybe two-thirds to half as heavy. But you can really see here, next to each other, that they are, it is definitely littler. I mean, if we line it up here, it's not half as tiny, but it is, you know, a third chopped off the top. If we line them up, you know, directly one on top of another, it's cutting off a little bit of space on the sides. You can see it's a much smaller rhombus than its big brother, but something about the form factor, again, just like the Xbox One S, even though it's not technically that much smaller, it looks and feels that much smaller. Because if you look at this, look at that front face right there, how that looks, and then look at the front face of this, it looks like it got like miniaturized majorly, but if you hold them next to each other, you'll see that it really isn't all that much smaller, but something about it just feels so much more miniaturized. So again, whereas this one has the two ports right next to each other, right there, the USB ports, and the touch, the capacitive buttons, and the disk drive, and more of an overhanging front face, this one goes for a shallower front face with exposed physical buttons, two spread USB ports, and the disk drive. In terms of other differences on the back, again, of this guy, it still has aux, HDMI, and Ethernet, but there is that wireless optical port that you lose. This guy right here is no longer part of the system. But from a fan standpoint, it seems like the fans have gotten a lot smaller. You don't even notice or see any fans there. I'm guessing there's ventilation up in here. But there's quite a bit of ventilation in this guy, and all of those holes help to keep this thing from overheating. So they must have done some work on the internals there. But this is actually a pretty slim, sexy little console. Now, you'll notice here that there are slits on the sides for ventilation. You can see those little angled slits there to let air out. And we don't have those. You kind of do. They're just more, you can see them in there. They're well, I don't know if you can see them, but they're on the bottom of the console as opposed to on the sides. And in other news, it looks like if you were to take out the hard drive, I'm guessing it's here, because there is a panel here, and on the back there's some information, and I'm guessing that if you're going to take out the hard drive to replace it, yeah, this is probably going to pop off here. Wow, this whole thing just like pops right off. And then you can get in there, and yeah, you can grab the hard drive if you wanted to replace it with something bigger. Now, the console itself here is a 500 gig hard drive, which is still relatively small. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in my main PS4, and I will probably swap that 2 terabyte hard drive in here. That's the nice thing about these guys, is you can just make that quick swap. And then this console basically is this console, if that makes any sense, which is great. Now the PS4 Pro is going to have a terabyte hard drive, but if you are going to get this, remember that games are big. Like I just downloaded the BioShock collection, and that is 72 gigs, so 500 gigs will go quickly. Let me grab the Xbox One S just so you can see the two slimline models side by side and see who you think did it better, Sony or Microsoft. Okay, so here we have the Xbox One S, Microsoft's new console iteration, and this is a very sleek, sexy box itself. I personally am a big fan of the dual panel look, how it's got the flat mat here and the holy mat here. It does have more ports on the back in terms of, giving you two USB and IR out. It's got the optical, and it does have another USB port somewhere on the front. So there's 3 on this guy. In terms of performance, this one can also do the HDR lighting stuff that PS4 Pro is promoting. Obviously, PS4 Pro does more in general with 4K and with better visuals and with just overall more power in terms of the teraflops. But PS4 Slim supposedly can do some of the HDR stuff as well with an update, but I don't know how much. Now, again, if you're looking to upgrade to one of these consoles for the power, probably not a great idea. Keep your original, that's fine. It's mostly form factor and mostly slimming down. And again, this one is slim. The PS4 Slim is lighter than the Xbox One S, but both do a really nice job of making sure that you feel like you got a smaller, sleeker, sexier console than their big brother slash big sister. And if we compare them size-wise, the Xbox One S is a little bit longer and a little bit taller. So the PS4 Slim is now the smallest console, but it's a little deeper than the Xbox One S. You can see there it's got a little bit about, you know, I don't know, half an inch or 3/4 of an inch or an inch of extra depth to it. So I don't know, they're basically the same size. I mean, the PS4 Slim is a little bit shorter as well. You can kind of, right there, it's a little, right there, it's a little bit shorter, but they're both small and they both are, you know, notable reductions from their original. Are they worth the asking price just for that reduction? Probably not, don't go crazy, but I do like them for travel. Now, carrying this as a duo is way easier for me than carrying this whole guy and the hulking Xbox One, and will save me a lot of space. I can wrap these two together and bam, I'm on the go with 2 little things that are smaller than my Asus gaming laptop, as crazy as that sounds. So I'm very happy with this, and I'm quite impressed. In person, this thing looks really good, and I can't wait till they release some other colors. I'm a big fan of colorways and collector's edition consoles. For whatever weird reason, I like to collect them. They have announced a beautiful Final Fantasy 15 PS4 Slim that looks amazing. It's got this giant moon on it, and it really contrasts sort of the geometry of this square top face with the circle on it, and it just looks super gorgeous. So can't wait for that. But in the meantime, the PS4 Slim right here, I will look at you and I will kiss you because you're cute and beautiful and tiny, which I really like. Mwah. Welcome to the family. Here we go. PS4 Slim. It does not leave fingerprints, but it does leave lip prints. So it will know that it has been kissed, and I'm gonna have to rub that off because that looks a little weird now. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, I am giving away this copy of Uncharted 4. All you gotta do is leave a like and let me know what you think of the PS4 Slim in the comments down below. I'm excited to transfer my hard drive over. That's super easy, a lot easier than on the PS4, although the regular PS4 hard drive transfer isn't that difficult either, but now it's very simple. It's just pop, pull, and replace. So that's the PS4 Slim. Overall, I gotta say I'm impressed because I didn't think that the form factor would look as good or feel as much of a reduction as it really does. This is now a very tiny console that resembles a cable box or a DirecTV box or something like that, and will fit nicely in any entertainment center and not take up too much space no matter where you put it. Plus, the physical buttons are a nice addition for someone that keeps it down on the floor level, or people who don't want to deal with holding their finger and hoping that it recognizes it. From a controller standpoint, you're not getting much except that extra light bar. Totally not worth buying a new controller for, but hey, I'll take it since I do have the console anyways, and everything else is the same. Now, they are apparently releasing an update that will add some HDR functionality to both the Slim and the regular line models. Not sure how that's going to look, not sure how it's going to really affect anything for me. Probably won't, whether it's the Slim or the S. Now, if I had to vote and say which design do I like better, I still think I'm going to give it to the S just because I like the look of this, and something about like the mesh and holy look of the front face there and half of the top just really appeals to me, and I really like just how it's got kind of that white and black contrast there in the front. I think that looks really sleek, and I really like the clicky button and the fact that it lights up. This, though, is a very nice system and a close runner-up for me in terms of the redesigns, but if I had to pick a favorite redesign, I would give it to the Xbox One S. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed the video. So that's the PS4 Slim. Until next time, guys and girls, thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Until next time, we will see you all later.